This is a Cobb on Yasharala. I camp at Lions Den of Yasharala, Jacksonville, Florida. First and foremost, I'd like to say a prayer to the Father and the Son. Call, Alayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakakadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Honors to my elder Arwan. Peace and salutations to the Akim, the women and the children of the four corners of the earth. Shalom. All right. Today I'm just gonna bring out you see the little right in front of us. America, half of Americans expect a civil war in the next few years. Right, and I'm gonna bring out some scriptures, filter it through the scriptures, a few scriptures, and hopefully it's edifying. And I guess I'm gonna entitle it "If Satan Cast Out Satan," or some according to that Egyptian versus Egyptian, one or the other like that. So okay, let's go off into this article. All right, it says a study released Wednesday found that about half of all Americans expect a civil war to occur in the next few years. Researchers from the University of California Davis Violence Prevention Research Program and the California Violence Research Center reported that 50.1% of survey respondents said they are at least somewhat agreed that a civil war will happen soon, while 47.8% disagreed. About 14% said they strongly or very strongly agreed that a civil war is imminent, while 36% said that they somewhat agree. The results came as the House Select Committee investigating the January 6, 2021 insurrection is set to hold its final hearing of the summer on Thursday. The community will release its report on what led to the Capitol attack, including possibly recommending any charges against individuals involved later this year. The researchers said that the study's results may also signal reasons for concern about the future of American democracy. So, like 2/3 of the respondents said there is a serious threat to the country's democracy, and almost 90% said it is very or extremely important for the United States to remain a democracy. But more than 40% said having a strong leader for the country is more important than having a democracy. Almost 1 in 5 said they agreed strongly or very strongly with that statement. Wow. So they ready to go back to a monarchy, right? 40% of the people. I mean, this is deep. And I just seen the title. I just seen and so I started reading, and I'm just putting it together through the spirit. So, this is my first time reading it as well. Um, Almost 20% said they agree strongly or very strongly that the violence might be justified to protect democracy if elected leaders will not, while more than 15% said they agree strongly or very strongly with using violence to save our quote unquote American way of life, which is disappearing. Yeah, and that American way of what life, we mean that white supremacy way of life. Okay, so that's enough on that. We get the gist of it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna jump into the scriptures, and I guess I'm gonna start with Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed every one. Salaki. And the people shall be oppressed every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. Hey, and that's the young against the old. You know what I'm saying? The base man, the base is a man against the honorable. You know who the honorable man is? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, according to the scriptures, from the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the basis of man is the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Who still rule this world today? And uh, uh, Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? Is the basis of man. So, all right, with that, I'm gonna go to Isaiah 19, chapter 19, verse 2. All right, hold on 1 second. So like Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. Okay, and it reads, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." Hey, and that's like I say, like they said, 40%. I strongly agree it's gonna be a civil war. Hey, and that's Egyptian against Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? And that's the spirit that this place is moving in. That the Most High is bringing upon them. You know what I'm saying? He putting his spirit on them to fight one against each other, one against another. You know what I'm saying? He all these plagues, the same plagues that was on us is falling upon them. You know how we would look at our brothers wickedly. Now that same curse is falling upon them, and it's coming off of us because we coming together. You know what I'm saying? And that's the hopeful elect. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now I want to jump to Second Esdras. Okay, Second Esdras, chapter 15. I gotta find it. Hold on. Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 16 through 19. Okay. All right. This is Second Esdras. What is that? Chapter 15, verse 16 through 19. "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their own power." Hey, and just thinking that's how it is right now. You got they breaking and entering, all that is on the rise. Hey, I just was watching these men robbed the bishop. Not saying that he wasn't supposed to get robbed. Like, you know, he spreading that false philosophy and false doctrines. You know what I'm saying? That's wickedness in itself, and that was the judgment for him. But you know what I'm saying? They don't care. But just think how much it's gonna be, how worse it's gonna be when you don't have no food to eat. You know what I'm saying? When your kids looking at you to feed them, and he ain't got no food. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in that day, boy, and that day is quickly approaching upon us. You know, it's like that. That's not a far off thinking. And as you can tell, like if 50% of the people saying, "Hey, it's a civil unrest, a civil war is imminent," hey, that's letting you know that the spirit they in it, that's what they gearing up for. You know. And it's not gonna be with shovels and brooms, because here they they got big guns. I should say they got a lot of artillery. You know what I'm saying? So it's when it pop off, when it hit the fan, it's gonna be devastating. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like no other day. Like how about me? I said it's not gonna be like no other day ever been on this earth. You know. So okay, let me from the top again. I want to read because I just stopped at 16. This is Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 16 through 19. "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In their course of their action shall stand in their power." And another thing I wanted to say, hey, the police ain't even responding to certain 911 calls now. I mean, and this is real. It's serious, yo. And that's why I understand why 2/3 of our people won't understand this truth and come back to their heritage and understand the times that we living in. Only thing we have hope in is in our power, and that's the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's our strength. That's our stronghold. That's our shield from the tempest, from, you know what I'm saying, from the flood, and that flood being Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? When the enemy shall come in like a flood. But our people need to come back to the true power of our Yahweh Bashim Shai in truth and sincerity, and that's to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the speckled bird that look like the heathen but are are not of the heathen. They descend from the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. Okay, and let me I'm gonna write one more time from the top again. This second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16 through 19. All right, and it read, for there shall be sedition among men, and evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And men shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, Slakia, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Hey, in that tribulation, boy, hey, and people gonna be doing all kinds of crazy things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like when your stomach touching your back, bro. Hey, that's gonna make you do a lot of things if you ain't have knowledge and stability. If you ain't got the knowledge and stability of how about Shemiel Shai, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so now I want to jump to Matthew chapter 12, 25 through 26. All right, so let me find it. All right, Matthew. Yeah, and that day is gonna be okay. Come on, where is that? Hold on, Salakia. Hold on. Okay, this is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25 through 26. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Hey, and that's what it is. Like, hey, 50% of the people, hey, think the civil war is imminent. So, hey, how can Babylon stand? You know what I'm saying? How can it continue on? You know what I'm saying? If they, like what they say, if they would have had take bomb for her, she'd have been healed, but she can't be healed. You know what I'm saying? And that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, because we waiting to get out of here. And like that was the last scripture. I was just bringing a quick hit. So I hope y'all was edified. Till the next time, Shalom.